The sun has already reached its double blade, and unknowingly, the sun has already reached its double blade. The West Zone is also the site of a major air raid in the region, and the West Zone is the site of a major air raid in the region. After most of the races, the contest was cancelled. The two teams that shouldn't be matched. The accident happened in the same unit. Rocket is second in the West Zone. The Sun has not even started the final match. The Rocket also replaced the KD with the results of Jungle and Dylan. Many people think that the game is a good idea. Solar Power lost to Supergiant reaches 7th in the Western Hemisphere. The first is the Ghostless and Dylan's. They are the basic solar disk. But with the injury of the hand of Dylan, key figures in the solar eclipse to stabilize the office. The forest is a controversial forest. In March, the jungle cut down about 12 to 20 trees in one day. The production of aluminium has been rapidly bouncing back. Interestingly, in this age where almost everyone relies on football, the game is a big deal. The first time the team played in the tournament was in the second half of the season. 2 recent matches and evens goals. The West Zone 2 to West Zone 6. Are they really weak? The forest is known as the jungle of the god of war. How good was the performance in March? The Rocket is back in the jungle and through the body. The first is that the government is not going to be able to do anything. Sunrise is a challenge for Maui today. The jungle is fighting for 24 minutes. The first time I saw the video was in the video. 3 wins and 3 losses. The first match was in 22 minutes. The game was a huge success, and the game was a huge success. He also created the solar time pair, cutting off 30 taxi drivers in the shortest possible route. He has scored 30 goals in 2 matches in the first group stage, the most of any coalition. The results of the March of Jungle are obvious. The first time I saw the video was in the video. After being wounded in the hand, they are the first team to have won the PFA title. The speedboat behind it is fully northbound. It's a great feeling. Face to face with speedboats, the team with the top stars like the Jets. The first time I saw the video was in the video. 3 difficulties after the sun hit. The number of people who are in the country is rising. It's good to be in the jungle even if you fight it out. He was shot in the back with a non-custodial gun, the most powerful combination of fireworks in recent times. What is the next step? Let's see first. He is a fan of the French football team, and he is also a fan of the French football team. The ball was delivered to the dead superstar. The first is the planting of the jungle. A change to the yellow country team. The first is to get the ball back and forth. The next ball. Jungle 3 has seen outdoor bubbles. The first time the winners were sent. The forest is very active. The next round is after half a game. The last time I saw the light was in the sky. The first 3 points. The first is to listen to the opponent directly. His single choice remains. He scored a goal in the next ball. The first is to break through the 2 towers with 1 plane. The government has also been able to withdraw from the talks, collecting knives and getting 3 points. Look at the ball again. The jungle is showing extreme speed. He is holding the ball in the back. A dragon can fight back. The game is a mix of live action and action. The game is a hard-hitting game. This is a one-hit wonder for the 9-year-old KD. The first is the breakthrough. The sun is at its highest point. Watch the contest in the jungle. It's easy to blame. I think of another one. The only one who is good at singles. This is the bridge sign. The 2 men were very similar in style. The game is based on a continuous transportation. The first is the turn back. The shipment. The first step is to create space for action. And they are very biased. The first is the original. Bridge intends to play for Huawei. The game is played in a single game, and the game is played in a single game. He even looks like a small number, but the bridging of the stronger sportsmanship. The weather in the jungles has been bad in the past. It's like playing inefficiently. The key forces of war are not equipped with troop capabilities, etc. The first time I saw him was in the back of the car. He is a self-proclaimed stage actor. The results of the March survey showed that the forest is a very small area. He is not the thunderbolt of the team that is ignored. He also played a key role in the development of the country's football. What is known about this? Jungle is going to be chosen for the role. The core advantages. The explosive was a physical and heavy framing device. He is still trying to do so. In addition to the 3-point projection as a necessary backpoint, the jungle is not a long race. The first time I saw the video was in the middle of the night. The first is the sweetness of the world. A single fight was far higher than his. A person who can develop a large number of single strings. The offensive line is the usual offensive line. Only 2.7 times the ball was recognized at the airport. This is a very nice addition. The first is that the people are not allowed to remember. The latest Union Hottie shopping in Washington. The first 5 players who did not participate in the meal were, in order to get better data, participate in food group. This is the magic team mention. The forest is a forest. The food is available in all conditions. The game is a bit of a mess, but the players are not as strong as they are. In fact, the same is true for today's contest. The first time a man was under a lot of pressure, he scored 25 goals. The fire is a couple of different. The food is now on the rise. The data is difficult to get through simply by scoring. How to judge the true strength of a player. But like a jungle, players who are completely independent of the ball. The first is the greatest day of the year in the world. Of course, this is not a problem. Sun's team is not based on pure fighters who pitch. The first is the forest. The same is true of hospitality. Today, he is 24, 3 and 6 and 4. The first time I saw a man in the street, I was in the middle of a street. He and the jungle's silence are mature. If the jungle is the solar space atmosphere, the host is the brain of the whole team. The team is not being impartial once. In this case, the game is usually played with a single player. But the Sun's judgment is that way. No goal for the ball. The forest is cut. The 2 sides agreed to cooperate. The first round of the season. The first is the firefly of the forest. Look at the ball again. The first is the ghosting. Defense attention of the players. The lights were all out. He asked for a blank file. The forest is a very weak and hidden forest. The last 3 were borrowed. The attackers were not present. The jungle as the end point. This is the sun, the double shot from behind, the most appropriate way. The first is the first time that the race has been held in the country. The Sun and the guys have made the deal. This is the right choice. KD is a minor superstar in the martial arts league. He is 37 years old. The situation has already declined. The company's team leadership is tested. KD is the main character in the show. The deal is for KD to be sold to the team, in exchange for the future. Jalen Green signed a 25-year deal with the 10th wheel. The 5-wheeler is being refilled. The war is over. The future of the country. The video is about the life of a young girl. The deal is at least as far as we know. The right choice is not yet available. This is not about KD. The government is not responsible for the situation. The problem of KD and Nerdons being ignored. KD's entire career. He is a star in the team. All of them are outside players. The first is that the planet is not at the line of the inner star. KD needs a great job. He is a self-made man. The first time I saw the video was in the video. The level of nerve fibers? It's actually online. But his role and traditional vacancy? There are also substantial differences. KD is the same. The first is the happy birthday. Functionality of the 2. Some of the highlights. The first is the brain. The first is that the KD is not a real cell bomb. As a team captain, he may have fought the soul of the rocket test. The blame is denied. Green's last few games. The video was shot in the middle of the night. The first is that the government is not going to take the initiative to change the situation. The brain may not have any greenhouse gas. It is more suitable for KD. Green is the real defender. It is a disaster. It's also a good idea to get a good one. The first is that the video is not a good one. His ability to push is nearly unavailable. If his door is open to developing the machine. The first is that the new generation of KDs will be able to create a lot of opportunities. We all know that. KD's performance as a shoulder blade defender. The data is amazing, but the neurons are amazing. But his fans should be watching him and seeing it. His influence in the game is not enough. He is also very much in need of the support of his entire team. KD has also been forced to sacrifice personal data. The principle is long-term. The rocket management is in the final stages of the race. The second option is the neurological and green. Choosing a neuron is not necessarily the right decision. The season is now on its final stretch of receiving. The position of the sun should not change again. The story of the war drama is very much a story. The first is the 7th district. The Rocket has some variables. The 4 teams that were previously embroiled. The first time I saw a video of a woman in a car was in the back of my head. The first special camp came out. The first is the greatest day of the year. The game is a remarkable achievement for the players. The only thing that is on the mind is the Rocket and Grey Wolf competition. The 2 couples are now down to 0.5. Anything is possible. The good news about the Rocket is that the race was easier than the Grey Wolves. They have roads. The decision. The Warriors. 4 teams with less than 50% wins can play. There are only 2 wolves. The bad news is that the Grey Wolf is a local star, Edward, the candidate for Best Supporting Actor. The first is the Goldilocks. The first is to get over the full-body Grey Wolf. Not conscious. The third and fourth are basically clear. The Rocket and Grey Wolf are showing 56 cards. The first is that the country is not a country. The Rocket will remain in its current state. They were suddenly on the wheel to win. If you don't, the fees will be paid as soon as possible. The first is the use of rocketry. It's actually a surprise. The first time they were in the country, the video was uploaded on Facebook. But even to the point of being hurtful, he is fully recovered as soon as possible. The first team in the third group was the first party to compete. The wheel is off as fast as possible. The difficulty is too great. I'm not sure what the answer is. But Diffus, if Eaton and others can get back to 3, the same kind of good behavior, the world is still watching. The Rocket lost 2 games. The first time I saw the video was in the video. The first is that the country is not a country. The first is the Rocket. Maybe we can prove that we are ranked 6th. The first is to send the Grey Wolf and the Mars rover to Earth as soon as possible. The situation in the country is very clear. Adding a food wheel, they will fight home and win the battle of the speedboat. The Yankees' winning percentage has reached 1.5%. The speedboat's win rate, only 46% of the population is Muslim. What is more important is that Team Culture spies. The Dylan, the public house, is about to be paid. I mean, the Chinese will compete in a full-fledged battle. The first is the battle of the sexes, which is a game of chance. The chances of scoring a few goals in the final are quite high. So, what do you think? Green will prove himself in the final few games. I'm glad you are here. The game is a free-to-play game. The balance is. See you next time.